Republican Representative Duncan Hunter spoke to Megyn Kelly and went after Obama for his foreign policy.
We are. Al-Qaeda now controls what we fought so hard to free.
I know that there are a lot of, and we're talking about Iraq now, so we switched over from Afghanistan to Iraq. But I know that a lot of veterans who fought in Iraq and to help secure these cities are wondering tonight, because it's been reported now, what did we fight for? What did we lose our comrades for? We leave, and Al-Qaeda is flying its flags atop these cities. But on the other hand, Representative Hunter, the American people wanted to get out of Iraq by large numbers when President Obama took over, and he got us out of Iraq. And so no one's necessarily talking about sending people back into Iraq now, but the question is whether we withdrew too early and in the right way. I mean, a lot of Americans out there watching this tonight say maybe it wasn't perfect, but we got out.
Yeah, but we won in Iraq. My dad wrote a book called Victory in Iraq. My dad was a congressman too, and he was chairman of the Armed Services Committee while the war was going on. He wrote a book called Victory in Iraq, How America Won the War. We had won the war by 2010. This president left for purely political reasons. If we had left 10 or 20,000 troops there, like we have every other war zone that we've been involved in, except for Vietnam, so let's say post-Vietnam, this would not be happening whatsoever. So what this president did was abandon everything that we fought for, because Iraq could not sustain itself without some American involvement. It would be like leaving Afghanistan right now. And sometimes it's not the most popular choice, but I think that this president has shown that he does things purely for political reasons. This president has not only abandoned Iraq, he's abandoned the Middle East, Megyn. He's out of everywhere. This is a juvenile foreign policy president when it comes to hard-nosed foreign policy in the Middle East. This administration are like little children. And so what we have then is, I was over there fighting, my Marines were over there fighting, and what do we have now? Nothing to show for it because of political reasons, not because we didn't win, but purely political reasons. And God bless all the men and women who spent time in Iraq and fought there.
So Obama is juvenile and like a little child because he doesn't want the U.S. to fight wars all over the Middle East. He still wants to fight wars in certain places like Afghanistan. He wants to stay there for another 11 years. But because, what do you want him to do? Invade every country there? Is that the idea? And also, I love how it's, in the eyes of Republicans, Obama can't do anything right ever. So, for example, when he was considering going into Syria, which I was against from the beginning, but I'm against all these wars. I'm actually consistent on these things here. But, you know, Glenn Beck and all these other Republicans screamed and bitched and moaned, "It's none of our business! It's got nothing to do with us! Stay out!" But then, you know, when he doesn't go into Syria or go into other places, then you have Representative Duncan Hunter come out there and say, "Oh, weak. He's like a child. He's withdrew from the entire Middle East. What a bad policy that is." So if he does something, you attack him. If he doesn't do anything, you attack him. So there's no way that you don't attack him. That's how you set it up. And also, if you're calling him a child and you're calling him juvenile for withdrawing from Iraq, for example, well, the American people agree with that. So are they also juvenile? Are they also like little children? Now, keep in mind, Duncan Hunter is a guy that said we should nuke Iran. I kid you not. He actually said that. In fact, we covered it on the show. If you want to take a look, you can go into the archives, type in SecularTalk Duncan Hunter or SecularTalk Iran into YouTube. You'll see it. It's there. And you're going to tell other people they're like juveniles? When your solution, when you get your little feelings hurt and things don't go exactly your way, is nuke them. Just nuke them. I mean, come on, man. And did you notice in the middle there his massive contradiction? He said, well, we won the war in Iraq in 2010. My dad wrote a book. Yeah, I love that. Since your daddy said it, it has to be right. You're the child. That's a childish thing. My daddy said it, so it must be true. So, yeah, we won in 2010. Assuming that's true, then why did you go on in the next sentence to say, so we should stay there? Huh? We won, which is why we need to stay there. So if you didn't win the war, you should stay there to win the war. If you do win the war, you should stay there also. So we should stay there no matter what. I got an idea. How about Duncan Hunter sits down and writes out a list for us and tells us which countries we shouldn't invade And I'll just assume every other one we should invade and we should set up bases there and everything, and we should just dominate and be imperialists all around the world. That's the actual childish view. That's the actual unintelligent view.